Good evening and welcome to Proof of Comics 101. When I say this, it sounds like we're having a class. Okay, sit down, children. We're having a class today. No, this is your Indie Comics podcast stream working on the Bitcoin standard. And tonight we're doing a commission piece. We're going to be doing a kick-ass spaceship with our good friend and co-host Wrangler from Frequency Studios. How you doing, Wrangler?
A whole lot. I am excited for this one. I braided my neck beard for this.
Ooh. Wow, that's a picture I can't get out of my head now. Nice. We're also joined by our good friend Chris Fisk as well. How you doing, Chris?
Hey, yeah, I just want to, for the record, my neck beard is left unbraided.
My goodness, guys.
Wait, how do you braid? Like, I thought a neck beard was like that waddle of fat that the fat guys get. Is it not that? Because I don't think you could braid that.
Don't ask questions if you don't want answers.
Don't go that. All right, now that I've traumatized myself.
Welcome to my world. Yeah.
All I had to do was plant the seed and you did the rest to yourself.
Exactly. It's like Scientology.
My thetan levels are out of control, man.
Scientology. What a bunch of amateurs.
Oh, dude, I got a topic on that.
Oh.
But I want to show this real quick because this is the thumbnail for today's episode. But I probably won't be working on this because I'll be doing the sketch tonight. But I just at least wanted to show it off a little bit. We got, as Art Haida calls it, blackface cyber frog. Which, no, obviously it's not. It's not what it is. I'm going to be doing a lot more shadows on the torso. It's just this is preliminary kind of line work because since I don't know exactly where I'm going to put the shadows, I wanted to work all the details of his. Because he's got a toad's back. He's got a little bit of warts on the backside. Because I drew him before on for a Warlock cover piece, and I had forgotten to do on the back of his neck the warts and stuff, and I was like, oh no, lesson learned. I'm not making that mistake again. But it's probably going to be mostly all blacked out when I put the shadow in the silhouette. Same with his neck. I put in all the kind of cyber elements of the chrome arteries and what tendons and stuff like that. When they're going to be inked, they're going to be.
And you were traumatized by my neck beard.
Well, you don't have warts and cyber gear, do you? Don't answer that question.
No, not yet. I'm working on it.
I'm working on it. Yeah. So yeah, there's going to be more. So this is going to be looking more like a silhouette when I'm done with it. So that's kind of the general idea of it. But Heather Swain is kind of close to done. I'm thinking maybe adding a little bit more shadows in the water or stuff like that. Adding more droplets with the white marker towards the end of the piece as well. And maybe shadows in the hair a little bit too. So aside from that, it's going to be close to what it's going to look like. So stay tuned this week. It's probably going to be done sometimes this week. If you follow me on X/Twitter, you will see it there. You'll be the first to see it.
Did EBS ever do like fan art ash cans or anything?
I don't know. I know that there's like a fan art contest for Shane Davis's IPs this week. I saw it on Twitter, I think this morning. I don't know about Ethan. I mean, I would imagine so. I would
Well, because I've been seeing a lot of fan art for Cyberprog on X. Like I saw somebody was doing like a chibi Cyberfrog's like sculpt, like it was like a 3D model.
I
think
saw
it might
that
even be
too.
a toy. Yeah, and I'm seeing other ones too, and it's like that'd be kind of cool to get them all in one spot and be like, hey, check it out. It's like the fan art book or whatever.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah. So, I mean, Cyberfrog is fun because dude, I love drawing Chrome. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
For some people, it's a nightmare. I think it depends on how you gauge the details you're gonna put in there. Like, I add a little bit of lighting, a little bit of reflection. You can't go too crazy. Maybe if it's a cover piece, you put in the extra mile. But like interior panels, you don't want to go too crazy with the reflections. But if you do light and shadow reflections, I think you got the chrome effect covered pretty damn well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I learned to draw Chrome by drawing. You remember that horror movie Phantasm?
I did not see that. No.
I matched the Phantasm.
No. So Phantasm, it's got this gigantic elderly guy, Angus Scrim, and the whole horror apparatus is a chrome sphere that flies in the air, and it's got like weird mechanical things on it, like it pulls up or whatever, and it lands it like drills itself into people's foreheads and kills them and stuff.
Oof.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, my parents were terrible. So when I was a kid, I got to see all the horror movies. I loved them.
Yeah.
And that was how I learned how to draw Chrome, was that sphere. Like I put the forehead VCR on pause, and I was like, oh, check it out. Like all the, and I brought it into school, and one of my buddies, who was a hell of a lot better artist than me, was like, no, okay, because it's a warped surface, you have to actually warp the reflection too. And like, I don't know, I learned more from my peers and from like self-exploration than I ever did from school.
Yeah, no, same here. Like I didn't learn art in school. I mean, even when I went to art school, you'd be amazed how little I learned
Yeah.
in the actual art school.
Draw still life.
Not to say that I haven't learned. We did not do still. I did a lot of still life, and I did learn a lot from drawing still life. But I had like Saturday art classes, which those were very useful, especially from drawing from observation, shapes, and all that. I mean, that's kind of how you build your observation muscles.
Oh yeah.
And especially learning how color is relative. That's a concept that it's hard to understand. So if you haven't done it, it'll be a completely foreign concept. Maybe if you've seen the optical illusion stuff where you see, oh, this is the same color as this, but they look completely different because of the colors around it.
Yeah. Is it a blue dress with black stripes or a white dress with gold stripes?
That's one aspect of it for sure. So colors are super relative. So you can't be drawing like by the numbers. Oh, this guy's shirt is blue, so I'll just pick up my blue pixels and put blue in there. It doesn't always work that way. It's like, okay, what's around it?
Radiant light.
You'll have colors bouncing off of it, changing it, and depending on time of day, a lot of stuff like that. So it's colors are its own thing. That's why we have something called colorists, and we're dedicated just to that aspect of the artwork. Because you do colors, you did some colors recently. You know.
Oh yeah,
you know about that.
Oh yeah. It's funny. That's with as mangled as my hands are, coloring is probably the only thing I can still contribute, and I'm really slow, so I'm not at a professional level. But if it's for my own stuff and I'm okay with it, like it'd be like, okay, could I ask for money for this? If the answer is no, then it turns into a chat avatar like the one I'm currently using.
No, because your last piece is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
What happened? Somebody say.
I'm looking at Tank Farrad. Even he's got a Cyberfrog fan image.
Yeah, I saw Tank's last week, right, Tank? I saw that too. That's cool, dude. Yeah, I was like, I had the idea to do mine before I saw Tank's, but I was like, oh, it's in vogue now. Didn't they tell you? I didn't get a chance to read it. Didn't they tell you Hands would get mangled if you kept it up.
It's a masturbation joke.
Sorry about
Oh.
switching on you. I was trying to copy Tank Ferret's link, and
No worries, man. It's all good. Yeah, you can pull it up if you want.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how you doing, Sheldon? Welcome to the show. Nice to see you
What up?
guys. We are drawing a commission piece for Wrangler today. He's got a spaceship. How am I doing with the visor, the front piece? Is this closer to what you had in mind? Correct me as we go, Wrangler. Give me
yeah, that's a little closer.
a little closer. Good.
Yep.
Oh.
I even I put in your DMs the description when the boys in the book saw the ship for the first time.
Oh, cool.
So in there it says where like certain markings are and stuff.
All right, well, talk amongst yourself. I'm going to read this for a second.
Ooh. All right.
I wonder if it'll let me drop it in the chat. It's probably too big.
No, it's too big, but I could also read it instead of like just cold shouldering everybody. Here it is. I'll try to. Let me get my best.
Your narrator voice.
Yeah, my narrator voice.
You know, like Waylon Jennings doing the balladeer in Dukes of Hazzard. No.
Oh damn.
I'll channel my text to speech. Stepping out of the structure, the boys saw a large gray ship approaching the size of a passenger plane. It looked like a new concept design based on conventional aircraft. The cone-shaped nose contained the bridge. Then, well, a nose does have a bridge, I'll give it that. Then widened out at the fuselage. Yeah. The wings, thick enough to contain a couple of decks, ran nearly the length of the jet-like craft, sounded like jet lag, both having an engine integrated into the design rather than plotted underneath in nacelles. Yeah, that's a French word too. So I don't know if you say nacelles or nacelles, but in French it's
From Star
nacelle.
Trek.
Well, you know how on like those big passenger planes, you can see the engines under the wing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the piece that's holding them there are called nacelles.
Oh, I thought that was just a made up Star Trek term. Like the Enterprise has those two like legs on the back of the
that are holding the warp engines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a French word for. I think nacelle is it nautical? Because it would make sense to bring it to spaceships. I think it's like a small space pod or something. Nacelle would work for that in French. Let me continue here. Out past the engines, the wings thinned and were folded up, allowing just enough room for the craft to fit in the field. The tail, consisting of vertical and horizontal stabilizers, could detach from the main craft and operate as a separate shuttle. N7444D, that was her breast size, I think, was displayed on the vertical stabilizers as well as the wings. Painted on the sides of the nose and the wings was the ship's name, the Wavelength. Now, that's a good name, especially coming from Frequency.
Yeah, it almost seems like there's a theme there.
It's like there's a recurring theme tying everything
It's
together.
poetic. It rhymes.
So there you have it, folks. We're doing a spaceship tonight. It's going to be out of this world by definition.
Nice.
Should we put a little bit of background sound?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Since I may be silent a little bit, just a tad bit.
Hey, do you want me to put Tank's work up on the screen for a minute?
Of course, yeah. Don't hesitate to go ahead and do that. You don't need my permission for that type of stuff, especially since I may be staring at my own Discord notes. So I'll be staring at your sketches for most of the show.
Ooh.
So don't hesitate. And if there's anything worth looking at, give me a heads up and I'll switch tabs and come and check it out.
Yeah,
Look at that, dude. That
there's
is
Cyberfrog.
yeah,
That is
like
That's a
in
painful looking gun.
that is in your face. I love the foreshadowing, like straight up action. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's very dynamic.
You're just pulled into this design, Tank.
Do you think
Frickin-
we'll ever get to see Cyberfrog throw down with the Battletoads?
I don't think so. I think people talk about the Battletoads all the time to Ethan comparing, and I think I'm pretty sure it irks him, or he hears about it all the time.
Well, if you're going to do any kind of amphibious character, Battletoads are going to come up. It's and Cyberfrog looks nothing like the Battletoads. So
Pretty sure Ethan did not play Battletoads as a kid. Yeah, people brought him up to date on what they were, because he had no inspiration from the Battletoads. I think he had some inspiration. From
I played Battletoads as a kid, and I
from
pulled
the Ninja Turtles. Is kind of where he got it.
Like the Cyberfrog story is this like abysmal, like a post-apocalypse. It's not like Battletoads where it's like fun and camp. It's not like Ninja Turtles where it's like, depending on which flavor Ninja Turtles, like an homage, like a love letter to New York and a parody to the Daredevil series. Like Cyberfrog is like, dude, like people are hiding in the woods because these giant alien wasps, the biz are like freaking killing people.
Yeah,
it took over the planet.
the Vispeds.
Yeah. When I played Battletoads, I pulled my hair out so much I went and played the Double Dragon Battletoads crossover, and really drove myself insane because those games were hard.
No, they're brutally hard. Like they're way too hard. Like they're hard by NES standards, which by default are hard. Dude, I've been trying to play Super Mario Brothers, the first game, the past week, and I did not beat it. I made it one or two times to the last level, and I keep getting stuck to the next to last level. So 8-3 is where I keep dying.
Well, I think the peak of my video game accomplishment was when I beat Ninja Gaiden on the NES.
That's a hard one too.
Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah. Well, Frederick, you know about the continue code on Super Mario Brothers, right?
Oh, I've heard about it, but I'm trying to challenge myself. I'm doing it for the get good thing. It's not because I need to see. I beat the game many times when I was a kid. It's just about like bringing my skills back to that level as an adult. I've been watching a lot of speedrun games because they're still making progress on that game now, if you believe it or not. Like they're still shaving frames off the world record.
Damn.
It's crazy, dude. And they're right in the midst of a huge controversy because one of the speedrunners, his technique is switching controllers. So some people speedrun because now you're allowed to speedrun with emulators. Like emulators are allowed. You're allowed to use pretty much every controller you want. A lot of people use keyboards because the keyboards you can press left and right at the same time, which you cannot do on a controller. So there's things like that. And one of the controversies is one of the person who has the world record or used to have it, like one of the top two, he's going after the world record again. And his technique is to do controller switching. And so basically switching from, I think, a keyboard to a controller at some point in the game, because some things are easier with the one, and later in the game, some things are easier with the other.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Another player who has the world record or is second place, whatever, is on the board making decisions for the next event, and they're installing a rule that you cannot do switching.
Oh.
So that's a huge controversy because you're allowed both. Switching has been allowed up to this point.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it.
And it's allowed. The only problem is somebody's going to beat my record if he does it. So I think that's the big thing.
Yeah.
So the only problem with it is the one who wants to pull the ladder up behind him.
Yeah, so he's a contender for the world record, and he's also like voting on the website that like handles those records too. So like completely biased and compromised. So.
Man.
And the crazy part is he probably doesn't see himself as biased. When you're biased, you can't see it.
Mm-hmm. Well, sometimes you can. You just don't want to be intellectually honest. I know I'm biased, but I don't care.
I'll call out my own bias, but I mean, that's the challenge of a bias is sometimes you don't realize it. Like you have an idea, you go looking up stuff, and you find, you've heard confirmation bias. You find all these cases that back up your claim, not realizing there are other things out there that might make you want to look in a different direction, but you get emotionally attached to the concept, and you kind of blind yourself.
What is that called? Like epistemological focus, or I can't remember what. Basically, it's you're going to argue with like cherry-picked information that best suits your case, and discredit or ignore.
I probably do it more often than I even realize.
I think it's called a Hassanism.
Especially when algorithms like to curate things to what you've been searching for, so you end up in a self-built echo chamber without knowing it.
I hate that. I hate that about algorithms, is the fact that it's a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's really good, like on YouTube, for example. I'll start getting recommended weird shit because I like watched something or did whatever, and I'm like, wow, that's actually fascinating, and I end up engrossed in like a 4 to 5 like chain long of documentaries. And then other times it's like, oh yeah, you bought your sister some shitty perfume or whatever for her birthday. Now we're just gonna keep pushing perfume and like feminist.
That's why you gotta go incognito for those things. It's like, even like one of the pet peeves is when somebody, like one of your friends, well, I don't call them friends anymore, they're like, hey, you should search for this on YouTube. It's like, no, you search for it, you watch it, don't tell me what to watch. And then your feed gets totally infected.
Concert one time, I still get emails almost daily from the arena.
Oh man,
that was like 4 years ago.
Yeah, leave me alone. oh, hey, Tank brings up a good point. How they separate the emulator records from the speedrun, like the console. Ones.
Yeah.
My thing is if they didn't allow emulator, I'd never be able to play half these games.
Well, yeah, that's most people now, because they're actually super expensive. Especially the controllers are almost impossible to get now because they're breaking down more and more.
Yeah.
And so if you restrict those, you're reducing by a whole lot the quantity of people who can actually give trial.
Now, if I ever get to make the games I want to make, that might start a whole new category of speedrunners. Well, it's because I want to do a 2-player co-op Metroidvania. Where,
oh shit!
Yeah, you know how you can invite someone to play on Steam. Well, if you could play 2-player co-op, so you could have 2 types of speedruns: single player or dual player.
Oh damn! Wait. This is clearly not a local co-op. Like, you'd need to have internet. Like, otherwise,
yeah, you would have to have internet or sharing the network to do it. You can't do it from a single screen.
Yeah, because they once they go past the screen or whatever, what happens?
Or else, it's like if they want to go off for different directions. But I mean, in a Metroidvania, think about if you had 2-player co-op. Hey, you go work on this area while I go to that area. I'll take down that boss, and then we'll both meet up over at this boss and take them down together. And you can end up with whole new strategies for speedrunning routes, and you got to time what you're doing with another person. That would be an awesome freaking thing to see what people do with that.
Let me lower the background music just a smidge.
How often do you get a co-pilot in a speedrun,
I haven't seen it, to be honest. I don't know if it exists or not, but
not that I know of. It might. I mean, if I thought of it, that means other people have thought of it, clearly.
I've been watching Hitman speedruns, and some of them are incredibly short. Like, there's one level that they do the level in 7 seconds.
Wow.
Which is astounding when you know what the Hitman is like, you arrive at a mansion, you got one of your targets is at the top of the stairs inside the mansion when you enter, but you're like on the red carpet, like hundreds of meters before entering. Your other target is on the other side of the mansion where there's a field and a helicopter pad, and she's also inside on the last floor. The dudes come in 7 seconds. They drop a bomb, then drop a second bomb to explode the first bomb on top of the roof, which kills the person in the back. Then they move sideways through the window, shoot the top of a, what do you call it? Something that hangs in the ceiling with the lights.
Chandelier.
Chandelier. So he's shooting like the string of a chandelier through the window, and then boom, 7 seconds is gone, 2 targets dead. He's level is over.
But can they do it as
Wow.
fast as Tank Ferret's Shork?
Short.
A Shork.
Yeah,
Are you going to pull that one up?
it's on screen right now.
Oh, that's the Shork. Oh, okay. I get it. I get it.
Candygram.
Yeah, dude, that looks like literally a Lego shark pasted on a Warhammer figure.
Nice.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
I haven't played Warhammer in years now.
Man.
I need to either get back to it or sell my army. I don't know what
Yeah. Well, that's partially why I didn't get into 40K, was because of the financial investment.
Yeah, you know why
And
it's called 40K, because that's the amount you have to invest to play.
Yeah, well, yeah, that and like they're always coming up with new units and stuff, and you're like, if you don't keep buying, then you get left behind.
What's the layout you usually use? Is it this one?
Whichever, yeah, I switch around. There's a couple, depends on how many people are in the co-host, but that's perfectly fine. Yeah.
Man, did you ever play Space Hulk?
No.
No.
So that was my first introduction to Warhammer 40K back in like, it was like the early 80s or mid 80s or whatever, and it was a board game based off of Games Works, like the proto Warhammer 40K, and you played basically a Space Marine or a squad of Space Marines that are salvaging junk from these giant, like, destroyed spaceships called Space Hulks.
Oh,
They're
nice.
like, and you go through them, but while you're doing that, you're being hunted by like the gene splicers, which are basically xenomorphs.
Yeah.
And so it's hard, man. There were times where I was like, I think I'd rather play Monopoly. it was really hard at times, but it was fun as hell when you could get your shit and then get the hell off the Space Hulk. You set the bomb basically and get the hell out. Like that was.
It's basically like a video game with plastic miniatures. So except you have to do all the calculations instead of a computer. So you have to take out your tape measurer to like get the distance, and then you got like tons and tons of dice to calculate all the shots. And yeah, like the rules change almost every couple of weeks. Like the cost of certain units within putting them into your army, and then sometimes you're like, okay, I'm attacking you, I'm rolling 2 dice, and then okay, I'm attacking you back, I got 36 dice. It's like there's a feeling of unevenness to an extreme sometimes, depending on because you got to be min-maxing your army, and you have to know what the current what's the term, the current loadout of which armies are advantaged, the current meta. The meta is what they call it. So you have to be like constantly aware of what's the meta of the game, who are the armies that are unfairly advantaged, and sometimes Games Workshop doesn't even fix the issues.
Oh God, no.
They'll leave like an army overly advantaged for a long time for some reason, and so if that's not your army, you're screwed every time you're facing them. And some armies are, unbalanced versus other armies, in a sense, like almost like in a rock paper scissors kind of sense.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean it's not fun. That doesn't mean you don't have like great games. The models on the table are always beautiful to look at, man. You see, especially when you see like younger players coming in the space and discovering that. You see like parents bring their kids, and the kids are looking at the models, all well painted on well furnished, tables with all the buildings are completely well done and stuff. So kids are like wide eyed, like, whoa, this is so cool.
One thing I learned in game design is there's no such thing as balance. There's only the perception of balance. Nothing is perfectly balanced. When you are designing a game with more than rock, paper, scissors, with more than 3 moving pieces, you are guaranteed to create an imbalance somewhere. But the goal isn't to make perfect balance, because again, sometimes perfect balance isn't fun. It's to create that perception of balance and to basically play the loser's advocate. Did I feel terrible dying to this? Did I have any recourse? Was this fun to die to this or whatever? And if the answer is like, no, I'm going to quit, then you got to go back and fix it.
Yeah, because I think everyone's willing to die once in a while. Like, the problem is when you die excuse my language, excuse my French. Like, when you die every time, like, you're bringing your, like, a whole plastic box of stuff, setting it up for, like, it takes an hour to set up, and then you're dead in 20 minutes, and you're like, you have, like, this tight smile on your face. Oh, it's a good game. It's fun. Okay, let's do another one with somebody else. And then you die again. It's like, oh, I learned today. That's fine. You can do that a couple of weeks. After a couple of months of doing that, you start to, your patience starts to wear down, and you're like, this isn't fun anymore.
Now, one thing Hollow Knight was very much praised for was how even in the tough death, even in the tough boss fights and stuff, none of the deaths felt unfair because the controls are so good and there are patterns. Everything is technically avoidable.
Yep. Yeah, that tough but fair is a really tough thing to do.
Yeah, that's the best.
But that is pretty much when you say looking for balance, that's what you're looking for.
Yep. Well, also, I remember picking the brains of the guys that did Team Fortress 2, and it was amazing listening to these guys talk, because they even do their little commentary stuff on the Valve games, but to hear it like straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak, they're talking about like why in Team Fortress 2 there's an element of chance in their game. Yeah, and that has a lot to do with what Frederick just said, which is
who did Team Fortress 2? Which company was that?
That was Valve.
Valve.
It started off as a mod it was a mod for, I think, Quake 2, and then they did like a change in aesthetics. Valve hired them, and Valve did that a lot. They hired most of their most of their games started off as mods.
Yeah, dude, they are like, they're smart, like open source kind of minded.
Yep.
That's why they're so successful.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, they haven't been successful at everything. Like the first Steam controller failed, the first Steam machine failed, but they're back at it again, and the Steam controller sold out at a kind of like not a high price, not a low price, kind of like mid tier.
Yeah.
But and dude, the Steam Deck.
But they learn. Unlike a lot of AAAs lately, they actually learn. They listen to feedback, I think.
I don't. Yeah, and I hate glazing Lord Gaben, but like that guy knows his shit. There's a lot of people in the video game industry that don't know their shit, and they got there because of cronyism or nepotism, or maybe they're really good at office politics or some other thing. Yeah. But when you get somebody like Gabe Newell, who's been in the industry longer than some people have been alive that play games, he's not an idiot. Like there's fault him for many things, but you can't fault him for his understanding of the industry and his business acumen.
Hey, we got some folks joining us in the chat, by the way.
Who is?
We got some folks. Scribe Comics pops in. He says, "Yo,
hey Rosario, how's it doing, man?" Oh, we got a lot of chats.
Yeah. And Tank Fair says, "I have a friend that I hire to break the games that I make."
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because Tank is making games right now. So
nice.
Wait, so Tank, are you doing like a second game? Because I saw you working on a board game, and are you working on a video game now? Because he's got a lot of projects.
I mean,
Subjugate Comics has joined us.
Hey, how you doing? I saw him on. Hold on, let me answer. Don't rush. Let me give you a second to answer. Yes, Subjugate. We saw him on Commandos Saturday. Nice to see you again, Subjugate. Hope your comic is coming along fine.
Hey,
Will. He was on the show last week. Nice to see you, man. Big dogs. Yeah. bootlegger Chris. I was on his show Friday. We had a good conversation.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Man.
Chris
Gotta
number
share that
2,
one
as we
out.
know him in the biz.
That's right.
Yeah, and Scribe Rosario, how you doing, man? My man.
Tank says all the cool kids are showing up.
Yeah, man.
That's right. This is the cool kids table. Don't tell anybody. We're trying to keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
The background music you're playing right now kind of reminds me of, you ever play Bejeweled?
Oh yeah. Down, down, down.
No, but I had an
Reminds me
ex
of that.
was Vajazzling, though. Is that the same thing?
No.
No, it's the granddaddy of them all. Match 3 games. There's PopCap's like first game. And
Tank says, I'm an idiot. I'm just clever at hiding it.
yeah.
The clever idiot. Listen, no one's a genius at everything, right? I have a board game and a video game coming. Yeah, I figured.
Wow.
Yeah, because I've been following the board game. That's been he's been public with that for a long time. But I just got a glimpse of the video game. Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Great show. Yeah, it was a fun show, dude. Like, thanks for having me on. I love those one-on-one conversations. Got to talk deep about where we come from in terms of comics, what we're looking for, and where we see things going, and all that good stuff. There's some spillover on art from the 2 projects. Well, you know, that's okay. You always spill a little paint when you're painting. You know, it's normal. Speaking of number 2, I'll be back in about 20 minutes. That's too much information, bootlegger. You could keep that to yourself, you know.
That's where you have your
Forgive my
book
ignorance, Tank. What's BGM?
background music.
Ah,
Yeah.
I kind of suck with the acronyms there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if I'm not mistaken, Tank is military, hence the name.
Yeah.
And nobody rivals the United States military in terms.
You're not too strong on the TLAs, Wrangler.
No, I'm afraid not.
The 3-letter acronyms.
Man.
Sorry, it's a
Almost
bad
as bad
joke.
And
I'll
I hate
show
to
myself
admit it,
out.
I'm sitting there racking my brain trying to figure out what TLA stand for.
It's 3-letter acronym.
Uh,
I know. I'll show myself out.
The patterns are so obvious. Why can't I see patterns everywhere? Why can't I pick these out?
I hear everyone in the chat groaning. You know, it's like, okay.
No, I got a bone to pick with acronyms. Okay, this is what happens when stupid people dominate the culture and basically shape our language for the worse. Okay, like, have you ever heard the term irregardless?
Yes.
It's not a word.
That's
is
not.
it?
It is now, because too many stupid people used it, so it's now been canonized as a real word. And the same thing is with acronyms. Well, yeah, it's a double negative, but not only that, but like, acronym has been changed because too many people treat acronym and abbreviation as the same thing.
Well, we're just dumbing down the language. This is like the Newspeak dictionary.
Yeah, we're nonplussed. Yeah, it's
don't make me LOL.
Right.
Well, no,
What I've heard people say, like internet speak in real life, which was at a hacker conference, so that's understandable. But dude, I was cringing so bad. I was like, oh my goodness. And you know which word is my pet
When
peeve?
you're talking to people in the room, one of them stands up and says BRB and walks out the door. I'm like, ugh.
You know which
it's
word?
just in symbols.
It's not an internet lead speak or anything, but like my biggest pet peeve, and this has been going on long, it's the term decimate.
Decimate.
Decimate means to remove 1/10 of your troops.
Yeah.
Well,
We use it to mean utter destruction quite often.
people use it as if it means eradicate, annihilate,
Annihilation. Yeah.
like
It's
completely
because
wiped
decimate
out.
just sounds so cool.
It is an awesome, but it's in the word like decimal. It's base 10. You've removed the 1/10 of the troops. You were decimated. It's not as bad as it sounds, folks.
No.
You want to
It's
know what my
not
biggest word pet peeve is right now?
What's that?
People who replace replace I think with I feel like. Where's the remote control? I feel
Well,
like they left
my
it in
truth
my
is,
couch.
Wrangler.
No, you think. There's a difference. Oh, yeah, my truth. That's another one that makes me
Or
just cringe.
the people who don't understand what the word literally means.
No, that's just hilarious.
Yeah, that one's like beyond. There's no hope for that one. Chris.
I'm not even mad at it anymore. I just laugh at it.
Yeah. Man.
Today's acronym is as it is. Oh, shoot. It's Tuesday. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, acronyms are supposed to be higher words. That's where the term acronym means. It means higher name.
Yep.
And it's when you have an abbreviation, but you actually pronounce it as a word. Like laser is an acronym. You know, IBM. Yeah, IBM is an abbreviation.
Yeah.
You don't see IBM.
Well,
how do you spell BMW?
Well, first of all, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's BMV.
Jawohl.
It's W.
Yeah, there were no U's or W's in the Roman times.
You're talking about the not pronouncing IBM IBM, but you remember Hal in the Kubrick film, like 2001.
Oh, yeah.
You know where Hal got his name? Did we ever talk about this?
I don't think so.
So Hal, if you shift the letters to one side on the alphabet, Hal is IBM.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I did hear about that. It might have been from you. I don't know.
Yeah. It's one of my go-to facts, movie facts.
Tank says yesterday's acronym was fuming. Fudge me, it's Monday. Tomorrow's acronym is what's up. Wednesday under super stress, under pressure.
You guys are just making this shit up.
Yeah, but some of these are pretty fun.
They are. My favorite military acronym is FUBAR. Fucked up
Effed
beyond
up
all repair.
recognition.
Or snafu.
Yep.
Yeah, situation normal, all
all
fucked
up.
up. Yeah.
The only reason I know the FUBAR one is because I watched the movie Tango and Cash. Yeah.
Man.
See, Basilisk says Romans used to do it. All the soldiers get put in groups of 10 and gave the soldiers 9 clubs.
Oof.
You know things are rough when you hit snafu bar.
That actually sounds like a nice place to go on a Friday for a beer.
Yeah. Heading out to the snafu bar. They got some good music tonight.
What grinds my gears is when people mispronounce words like supposedly, library, etc.
Well, actually, isn't it supposedly?
Yeah, he's joking. He's pulling
pronunciation.
He's pulling your string. He's illustrating by example.
I have one.
Library.
How about this one? This one always drives me nuts. But a certain group of people of the urban persuasion seem to use it more than other groups. Which is, what is the past tense of buy? Like, when you buy something, what is the past? Yeah, bought. Okay. For some reason, they seem to use this word, but they use brought, like BRO, the past tense of bring.
I haven't heard people doing that.
Yeah, I've seen them write it down. I brought this at the store. I'm like, what?
That one I haven't heard.
It's because they're not used to actually paying for stuff, Chris.
Oh shit!
I will see myself out again.
I got used to paying for stuff. I mean, after one time in jail, I learned to pay for stuff real quick. Then people can tell I went to jail too. Maybe it's because I tried to pay for everything in cigarettes.
Well, it gets real bad when you.
That'll be $10.99, sir. How many cigarettes is that?
No, he breaks out his prison wallet at the restaurant.
Oh no! That is not a sentence I want to hear ever again, Chris.
What's up, Apex?
How you doing, Apex? Nice to see you, man.
Yeah.
We are drawing a commission tonight. We're drawing a spaceship created, designed by Wrangler, and illustrated by moi. tonight.
Actually, I'm not the original designer. I mean, I'm the one who had it designed, and directed the guy who did design it. But I just want to shout out the guy who came up with the original sketches and design for it.
Please do.
Josh Stevens. You guys have probably heard me talk about Sonnet Stevens, the co-creator of Haley.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is her brother that did it, and I'm gonna just throw it up on screen there for a minute.
Oh
yeah.
This is what when I was explaining to him what I wanted out of the ship, and this is what he came up with, and he's really good at like coming up with the concept design, and he does have a bit of an artist streak in him himself. So I mean, those are some cool details there, because you can see this is the rear view, and you can see the tail of the ship separates as its own shuttle, and then it's got the this lowers as a ramp here, and you got a cargo bay, and then you got the front of the ship, and you can see the engines that are actually situated in the wings, so they can be worked on from inside, and the hinges are out a little too far, but the wings do fold up for landing in spaces that are a little smaller.
Oh, the hinges should be.
The hinges should be, be more toward the center.
Right.
Yeah, just a little bit past the engines.
Just a little bit.
No, not a Tomcat.
But this is the Wavelength, and it's almost the size of a commercial passenger plane. So it's a pretty good sized ship, but it people see it in universe. They don't realize it's actually space capable.
It looks smaller by the design a little bit. I think when I'm going to start drawing the window panels, it's going to come out a little bit clearer.
Yep. And let's see.
Do you remember the Cobra Night Raven back in the day, the stealth bomber that had the one-man drone on the back?
Yes, sir, I do. Yeah,
that reminds me of that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was beautiful. It was all black and red.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's the overall shape from the top down.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it looks like a large. It looks like a large jet almost, the way it's shaped. So it is space capable, but it also lands at regular airports and stuff. So yeah.
Very cool.
Did I kick everybody off the screen? I'm not supposed to do that. Hang on. Let me fix that.
It's okay. You're just like showing Rattel. So,
Yes. Well, I'll see how it is.
There's Rattel.
No one's mad.
Yeah, we can always look at Rattel.
In the comic book, I included this page in the back of the book because this obviously is a double page spread inside the story. It's in color with the narration on top of it. But I kind of liked it in black and white, so I added it back in the back of the book in black and white, so people will have like a little extra art piece. Because it was 24 pages. I figured I gotta give these wonderful backers as much art as I can put in there.
Yeah, everybody's asking a very important question. Are there bathrooms on the ship? Yes, there is somewhere to eat. They actually have a galley in there. They got a rec room.
And you'll notice that none of the people asking that question are Indian.
It's kind of funny that they're asking this because I already wrote a scene where somebody had to step away from the bridge to go to the bathroom.
So when you're pulling some serious G's on this thing, you just strap in and does it just cleanse you out?
Yes, it's called the X-Lax maneuver.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's no inertial dampeners. It's all...
He did not say that.
Oh, Bootlegger came up with another one. May I ask you something?
Oh, yeah, X. So how about strength? And you can always, for some reason, they can't pronounce my last name. And I used it to my advantage. Whenever I'd get a phone call, it's Chris Fix there. I'm like, I'm sorry, nobody by that name exists there. There is no X in my last name.
Thank you, Tank, but I'm not the one who originally designed it. Like I said, I wanted to shout out Joshua Stevens for putting that design together. He did an awesome job.
Very cool, man.
Apex has beautiful Area 51 ships.
Yeah. Do you remember when that model company got shut down because of their accuracy to all of the Skunk Works aircrafts that were coming out?
Oh,
that sounds like a great story. Tell us that one, Chris.
Yeah, this was like in the 90s. There was a model company. Remember back in the day where like that was a thing where people used to like go to the hobby
I do.
shop?
I grew up making models. I had so the jet that my dad worked on. I think it was an F-16 or F-18.
Oh wow!
He was working on those at Bagotville, and then I had the Harrier jet, VTOL, of course, and the Blackbird, of course, SR-71. I had like all three, but like,
nice,
dude, I had a hard time gluing the pieces. I was like 10 years old. And I never understood how to paint anything. Like painting was beyond me. And my parents had no clue. They couldn't teach me.
Well, you remember the decals? They weren't just stickers. They were
you had to dip them in the water and get them the right consistency and then just lay them at the right spot and let them dry. I was not good at those either.
I used to have a bunch of battleships, and it was a pain. But I think it was Revell or one of those model toy companies started putting out like futuristic designs, and they started getting a little too close to some of the unannounced Black Ops or Skunk Works airplanes. And there was one in particular, it was like a stealth bomber or something. They came out with the model like a week before it was announced by like Raytheon or something. And they're like, so that's where they became a blip on the radar. And then they started releasing other ones, and it's the same thing. It was like the highest, what was it, like the SR-71 that you mentioned? Like it was one that was like a super high, almost suborbital or orbital.
The B-2 bomber?
I think so, yeah. And so they started putting those out, and they started getting questions asked. And the very last one they put out before the company got shut down was a flying saucer.
Oh, wow. Ryan Dubé, am I pronouncing that right? Dubé?
Dubé, yes.
From the X-Twitter. That's a cool ship plane.
Oh, dude, like he's chatting in from Twitter?
That's awesome.
Or is the Twitter on his icon? Oh, that's dope.
No, he's chatting in.
Oh, I didn't know people could chat in from Twitter. That's cool, Ryan. Nice to see you, man. How you doing?
The bummer about chatting on Twitter is if you leave the page and go back, any previous chats that were there, at least on my computer, are gone. It's like if you open it up and type something in the chat, it's like you're the first one in the chat. You can't see any of the previous. I don't know why, but at least we could stream to Twitter.
Hold on, we got Corey in the chat. Let me show Corey a little bit of
babes.
Corey bait here.
Notice how that focused as soon as you brought that in?
because the camera knows what it's looking at.
Yeah.
Look at this, Corey. What's your verdict on this one? This is Blackface Cyber Frog.
Whoa, we got a whoa.
No, that's good. I'll take a whoa. Yeah, she's got.
Oh, yeah.
She's all wet, as you can see,
Giggity.
That's right.
We've got the foremost expert and connoisseur of babes.
The babe expert.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, he's very scientific, that Corey Barton. He studied excessively in the field of jiggle physics.
Jiggle. But it just
Jake Barrett says, I used to live a few miles from Hangar 42, aka Skunk Works.
Oh, damn.
And let's see. Plus, my wife's grandfather worked at Skunk Works for over 30 years.
Oh, wow. Then you probably are familiar with that model story, Revell, or what? I can't remember the name of the brand.
I think you're right, Revell, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's that one, but that's one of them for sure.
Corey
Yes.
says, "Oh, nice. Oh, there was a frog."
Yeah, and I think the technical term for Corey's job description is jiggle physician.
He's got a doctorate in jiggle physics.
My boobs are not bouncing. You need to see a jiggle physician. Oh, okay. So, Chris, your model story reminds me of the famous story with Steve Jackson games. Are you aware of that one?
Oh, well, I know Steve Jackson games because I freaking have a bunch of them. No, I don't know. Something happened with them?
Very similar to what you're saying. So, Steve Jackson games, a lot of fun games. One of the games they had, it was a card game called
Oh, yeah!
Illuminatus.
Yeah, and there was a card called like Conspiracy Theory or whatever, and it was
Dude, they had all the cards. So all the conspiracy theories that came true. They had a 911 card before 9/11.
They have a comet card in that game. Like you can summon a comet.
They have a lot of cards that look like Trump.
And
so every conspiracy you can imagine, they had a card before the conspiracy happened. And here's the thing: they were same thing as the model company. They were raided by the FBI. They were so close to all that stuff, and completely. They took, all their paperwork. Completely raided the company at one point, but they didn't come up with anything because they generally,
Yeah.
Steve
Tank
Jackson's
says the cockpit was accurate and the government lost their minds. Now we're going to play into the paranoia of everybody drawing ships out there. One of these days, you guys are going to be just trying to come up with a cool ship for a sci-fi. Draw something that's too close to a government experimental craft and get raided and not have no idea why.
Man, it's Fisk. It's Norwegian for fish. Or English for bank. But yeah, what was it? I was gonna say. Oh yeah,
it is a very Jewish name.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's the funny thing is that's not even the Jewish side of the family.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of funny though. I mean, the Jewish heritage has a lot to culturally do with fish, and you live in New England, which is known for seafood.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of Fisks here. But one thing you were talking about, like prescience in like board games and stuff, like with Steve Jackson's game. Have you guys ever read Mike Pondsmith's like manifesto, I guess, in the cyberpunk games?
No, I never played any.
I don't think I read the manifesto.
Dude, that guy is okay. So Pondsmith wrote this section about how, like Night City and like all these other places, like how the apocalypse happened, like how did we get to this weird dystopic hellhole of a future? And it turns out it all started with woke. And he talks about how
with woke?
With wokeism. And
really?
he wrote this back in the early, like late 70s, early 80s. And it was so spot on. It was like everybody's in their special little groups and blah, 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 blah. And the best part, Mike's black. So he's not he's totally like, it's like, I see it. I see what's happening.
And he's still black today too.
Well, yeah, but it's like that is the ultimate, like, that's the cardinal sin to the wacko woke lefts is when they say it's like off the plantation, so to speak.
Yeah.
Is when you get conservatives or free thinking black Americans that are like, no, I'm not playing into this like weird wokeism, like even the guy who created Boondocks there, Magruder, like, yeah, that guy's got a lot of really smart things to say that, it's a shame that more people aren't listening to it because it doesn't match them.
You are in New England, you say?
Yes.
There is a weird thing I learned about New England. There's a triangle, kind of like the Bermuda Triangle, but it's called, is it Brigham Triangle? I'm trying to Google it again. I forget the name. So there's an area of weird stuff that happens, right? So basically it's a triangle of locations, and there's all, these kind of like conspiracy / paranormal activity in that space too. and because it's located close to a military base with supposedly underground tunnels and stuff like that. And I was wondering if you had heard about that. I'm trying to Google it. It's not Birmingham Triangle.
Yeah, you're talking about the one in Massachusetts?
Yes. Is that it? Yeah. You
Yeah.
heard about that?
Yeah, there's supposedly there's puckwudgie activity there. That's the so it's like right in the central eastern part of the state, and I think it's like the Framingham Circle or Framingham Triangle or it's like between Braintree and there's a lot of freaky shit.
Bridgewater Triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'd love to hear about that. I need to look into that.
Dude, I was okay. I'm gonna make this short, but I want to tell the story a little bit because it's
Take
so
your
good.
time.
I discovered this guy tells stories on YouTube, and he gets like his listeners to call in and tell whatever experience they had in their life, and then he interviews them and recounts the story. And so a couple moves there, and I want to make it a short version, but I'm going to try to get all the details in. And so they move there. Everything's fine. The wife kind of like starts getting interested in some of the lore locally and learns about these conspiracy theories and stuff. And she's like, "Oh, that's cool." And she starts inviting her husband to go visit these spots, right? And nothing comes of it. They don't see anything abnormal or anything. And except there's one time when there's like this supposed sect that lives that has these rituals in this building, things like that. So they go visit the building, and the building has like high security cameras everywhere. And the husband is like, "Yeah, I don't think we're going to do this one. Like, why did you want to visit this again?" And so they live it be, and they forget about it. And her neighbor across the street gets force evicted. And here's where the weird stuff starts. So she wants to stay, but she's getting kicked out for apparently no reason. And when the new couple moves in, straight from the beginning, she's getting these scripted vibes. Like it's not real. Like they're play acting, right? So they're moving all their stuff in, the boxes and stuff. And every time she sees them, everything looks scripted. Like she's getting these spider senses that this is not normal. Every time she goes to the grocery store, they're there at the same time every day. It's either one or the other. And then she's looking across their windows, and they have cameras in the windows and stuff like that. And she's like, something's not right.
Yeah.
And so she starts going on these forums, asking questions about all these rumors and stuff. And she gets a weird message at one point, a weird DM saying, "You better stop asking questions. They're on to you," which pushes her to ask even more questions. And she just goes into full-blown paranoia. And they decide, fuck it. Let's just leave. Like, this is not worth it. We're just going to get out of this place. And so they move out, leave the area, and she comes back to visit real quick, I think like a month after that. And then she learns that the across the street neighbors moved out like exactly after they moved out. And then she's like, "Oh dude, that was weird." It's nobody like moves in for 3 months and moves out with all the added stuff that didn't feel right, the cameras, the scripted vibe to it and all that stuff.
Hello.
So,
I always wish something like that happened to me.
Well, you say that, and then
I mean, I do, and I think about it. All the crazy props I have been storing up over the years to use on people spying on me. They're going to think I'm a cult leader by the end of the month. They're like, "Whoa, this guy's crazier than we are. What's this guy got going on?"
Yeah. So yeah, like totally fake actors as neighbors. How freaking weird is that?
Yeah, maybe they were either sleeper cells or witness protection.
Scientologists.
Well, they were clearly spies. Yeah, she said that the lights went out every night, I think exactly at 7 p.m. And their activities started exactly, at least it's as if they were like, that was their work time, right? Acting as spies. And like there was no exceptions. Like every night at 7, they're out. It's,
Yeah, it's a little unnerving. It makes you wonder, You know, all those weird kids that you knew in school, like if their parents were part of that.
Yeah. 'Cause Scientology is a big rabbit hole too, as well. Like that one's fun because it's fun to study. I mean, because there's a lot of people who were up at the top working with the leader, and they've all defected, and they've all told their stories, and their stories all corroborate 100%. So it's one of those rare cases where you have just tons and tons of information of what was happening.
A lot of documented stuff.
Yep. A lot of long, in-depth interviews and stuff like that. And they used to be very litigious, like all the way back to 2008, but they had to stop whenever Anonymous really laid into them, because all their stuff that they were doing, which is like horrendous gang stalking stuff and like legal machinations to ruin people, they don't work in the internet age anymore, because people just document what they're doing to them, and everyone can see how horrible Scientology is as soon as you start seeing their actions.
Oh yeah, it's just a cult. Yeah.
But it was one of the worst cults that's ever
Oh
been.
yeah, well, it was a powerful cult. It was a cult with money.
Yeah, and they still
got
have
money.
a lot of money. They still
Not
L.
as
Ron
powerful,
Hubbard,
but the Sea Org,
well,
weird slavery shit.
yeah, the Sea Org is actually the ruling part of it. So the Sea Org has no existence in paperwork. The Sea Org does not exist as a documented thing. Like there's no documentation of the Sea Org existing, but it's the ruling faction. It's the center that makes everything work, basically. So what actually is, they've got like a freaking, it's like a vault, a legal vault protecting their copyright. So everything that has to do with the texts, the basically all their, what they call their tech, which is just basically their books, because they call everything that you can read about and apply to your life, which is the brainwashing techniques, they call it a tech, and that's copyrighted. And that is like, dude, it's like a freaking vault of like a castle of legal entities that you cannot penetrate. Like you cannot take down their legal protections around their copyrighted materials and their works and all that.
Yeesh.
And all the local franchises, by definition, they're franchises. They don't belong to Scientology. What they do is they raise money. So basically people rack up debt on credit cards they don't have. Like they go and get credit cards. They go get debt to purchase land for Scientology. So they purchase a new building. They renovate the building. They have to make it up to date, what they call an ideal org. So it has to look fancy and modern and this and that. And so all the local people get into debt to buy this for Scientology. They donate it to the church, and then they pay rent to operate their franchise in the church that they just bought. Like it's an incredible
It's a shell game.
Yeah, it's an incredible
That's just
money
a
scheme.
piece of it too. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's the legal / financial game in like a quick, elevator pitch.
Yeah, they like separate you from your kids and shit, and then they get raised in one location, and you get sent off somewhere.
That's the Sea Org. They don't do that through the what they call publics. So, like, if you were to go into Scientology and start taking classes, they will slowly edge you out. Like, be careful. Like, they'll give you courses on who to hang out with and who to stay away from. So, yeah, they edge you out of your friends and family slowly and surely.
And they were initially just like a social group for the wealthy, famous people in Hollywood, until they started running into some tax issues, as in they weren't paying any.
Well,
And then, lo and behold,
they were a money-making scheme. So they were sold like as a self-improvement thing, right? It started with Dianetics, the book with the volcano on top.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, which is a nonsensical book that makes no sense, and then they gaslight you into thinking you're not smart enough and you didn't verify the words in the dictionary enough to to understand it, and you need to go back and learn it more, and you're just brainwashing yourself the more you get into it.
It just goes to show you got to watch out for them sci-fi writers.
Scientologists or Scientology is one of the few religions that does not encourage you to study their sacred texts.
Yeah.
And that is because L. Ron Hubbard, who's like really into brainwashing and stuff, believed that there's a method of brainwashing through contradictions. So he purposely would make various texts and books clearly contradict each other. So when people actually of Scientology start studying the texts, they sort of they start dropping out of Scientology itself because of the absolute clear contradictions Hubbard put in there.
You ever heard the story of like what the basis of Scientology is, like their mythos?
Well, that's a big misconception, because you're talking about the OT3, the alien from the TGAC.
Yeah, the one that like basically all of we have these things in our bodies called thetan.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're like these negative. Negative. They're the ghosts of aliens that have died that were thrown into volcanoes.
They got it wrong. They're called midichlorians.
Yeah, exactly. That was the first thing I thought of when we heard midichlorians back in the day. I'm like, oh my god, Star Wars went Scientologists.
But you don't learn about that, Chris, for like, you have to spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars to get to that level.
Oh god.
So like so which is like when people watch this South Park episode and they go into their local branch and make fun of it, like Xenu, ha ha ha. No, the people then there have no idea what you're talking about because they've never even read it. And the people who've read it pretend they haven't because they have to keep it secret. They don't talk about it between themselves. These are things they read under protected. They have to, like, there's a whole freaking ritual that the suitcase, the text is in the suitcase. They go into a locked room to read it, and they can't hang on to the paper. They have to put it back in the suitcase, and no one ever talks about it with each other.
The first rule of Scientology, we do not talk about Scientology.
Well, do you remember when South Park debunked their own religion, the Mormons? Like, they had that, like the whole Joseph Smith story, how he's like, making up shit. And he's got the gold discs or whatever that angels gave him, and the only way that he could decipher them is if he stuck them in his hat and then like dictated to a typesetter to like print, like type it out or whatever. And then he got this big long dictation or whatever, and then the wife of the typesetter, who was probably a pretty smart chick, she's like, I call bullshit, and she stole the dictation, and she's like, well, if you've got it all on those gold discs, you could just re-dictate it back to my husband and have it typed again. And he's like, the discs are changing.
Yeah.
Now, I watched a YouTube video by Ken LaCourte from Elephants in Rooms. He did a whole breakdown on Scientology. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool channel, Elephants in Rooms. He sits there and does a whole bunch of research on the politically incorrect topics and addresses them in a very academic way. and he tends to stay pretty neutral in his presentation, which is tough to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most people are completely ignorant that Scientology is this huge scam. And when you are frank and open about that fact to people, they think you're just like a hateful bigot that's not tolerant of other religions, right? They're like, how can you make fun of someone's religion like that? And they don't understand that it's this dark money-making scheme that ruins people's lives. They seriously, because it's people that were wearing nice suits and ties, they project like an aura of respectability, and people just go with it, and they respect them as they're just a religion like any other religion. It's a deep, dark money-making scheme.
Well, that's the thing, dude. Religions are an idea, and ideas are just as susceptible to mockery as everything else. An unexamined life is not a life worth living. You know, if you can't do the hold up, wait a minute, something ain't
Something
right.
right.
So,
You know, like, if you
what
can't
are my
forget about
odds of
your own
sharing the
stuff.
gospel with these guys?
Yeah, what was created by a science fiction writer? Go figure. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean that's the thing is like everything deserves scorn, scrutiny, ridicule, whatever. Its ability to weather that is what makes it legitimate. You know, if you can hear all of the scorn and the ridicule and be like, yeah, I'm still into it. You know, that's how you know you found a winner. You know, and anybody that like, you know, like if you blaspheme against us, then we're going, you know, all that stuff. That's clearly somebody that has an idea that can't withstand even, you know,
Scrutiny.
any scrutiny or derision or anything. Like, needs to go. Everything should be torn apart. You know, and what remains, that's how you know it's good. You know, I've seen people rip apart religions or whatever, and like I did this. When I was a young asshole, now I'm an old asshole, but when I was a young asshole, and you know, that arrogance of youth, man, God, I wish I still had it. But like, I was a real prick about like religious stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I mouthed off about it one day. And I had a coworker who I didn't know was super religious. And, you know, we'd talk or whatever, and I'd say snide remarks or whatever, but I didn't know that he was religious. And one day he invited me over, and met his wife and met his kids. And I noticed like there's all this Jesus stuff around the house. And I'm like, hey, what's with the Jesus stuff? And he's like, oh, well, and I can't remember what practicing denomination of Christianity it was, but it's like, yeah, you know, we're pretty into it and stuff. And I'm like, I am so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to disparage. He's like, no, he's like, I appreciate it. You know, it kind of keeps you honest. You know, you need people to be like that. It actually it strengthens your faith because it brings that argument internally, and you're like, well, maybe he's right. And then it's no, you know, this is why. And you know, I look back on that and it's like, yeah, that was definitely an asshole thing to do. But at the same time, like, it kind of needs to be done at some level. Maybe not as crass or as insensitive, but sorry
Is
about
that
that.
the emergency? Are the aliens coming?
No, there's an autistic kid that it was an Amber Alert. There's an autistic kid wandering around somewhere.
I'm right here.
It's okay. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with my ramble, but
We never do. We never do.
Religion should be
just-
held up to scrutiny, is where you were going.
yeah, I think anything, you know, any idea, and when Scientology gets litigious about it, that's how you know that they're a piece of shit. Like,
Well,
you know, I've
luckily
never had
that's over now. They've clearly understood that the age of the internet, the rules have changed.
yeah.
And by all means, ask questions. I'm always happy to talk about Jesus. So.
Yeah, man. Like that, and that's the thing is like I get the Jew stuff all the time. I thought you people had horns.
What?
Still think that.
Yeah, so I'm like, that would be kind of cool actually, but unfortunately, no.
You're probably not an advanced Jew. That's why.
Is it like, do I have enough Thetan levels to become the super Jew?
Right. OT3.
Yeah. Its goblin blood levels are through the roof.
Oh my God. You got to write that
One
story.
step above Gringotts. Oh.
You're turning into a Family Guy episode over here.
Yeah. On a calm summer night, if you leave your windows open, you can hear in the distance. That's right.
Cue Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Shimona.
But when I hear that, that's right, I duck for cover because I worry the Jewish space lasers are taking aim.
That's right. I'm gonna hit you with the goy beam.
Oh, dude, we should see, like, you take the video from the Akira laser in the movie Akira,
Yeah.
And then you add
That's
Chris's
something I've been meaning to do for
you
a
add
long
Chris's
time.
voiceover when it starts to fire up. That's right.
Yeah, we redub Akira, so Kaneda is me, like, and I got the shoulder mounted Jewish space laser. And Tetsuo was like, "What if you put in this shot? You jabbed me with something. Why is my arm swelling?"
Yeah, I got to do that. I got to take my clip of AOC saying Jewish space lasers, and then the Akira thing, and then put in Chris's voice saying "That's right," and maybe line it up. to
You
one
got
of
the
Akira
Kaneda
characters.
hand mountain gun, and you also got
Yeah.
the space one. You got like literally, they have a military space lasers in
Oh, yeah, the
Akira.
orbital.
Yeah. Low orbit ion torpedoes or something like that. That was actually the name of
The crater.
software
space
that was
lasers.
used to attack Scientology. Funnily enough, it used to
What
be
Oh,
will
yeah.
the-
some sort of
the world
malware
about
to
Chuck
like
Norris.
take down websites. I think low orbit
awesome.
ion something or other. Loic, something with C.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they have these great names. These hacker tools.
Yeah, AI Chris Fisk appears in 20. Oh, although that would be a funny Akira is that they replaced Kaneda with an old fat Jewish Korean guy. You kind of make that weird scene at the beginning really awkward.
Taekwondo.
Yeah. No, I practice judo. It's called
Yeah,
Krav
I was
Maga.
gonna say jujitsu.
Yeah. Man, actually, Krav Maga is a legit martial art. That's pretty badass.
Invented by the French of all people. Go figure.
Yeah. Well, a lot of martial arts, like I took Taekwondo, and I wish I took Tang Sudo, which is like the legit military trained one, or Hwangdo, which is like I guess it's like I don't know, it's a weird calisthenics thing. But Taekwondo was very rigid, and it felt more like a dance than like a martial
Yeah,
art.
it's a bunch of kicks. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah, his dog is acting up. He had to go take him out.
Oh, James. Oh, and
He had to take out his dog. What is he, Hassan?
we have a book review
Oh.
to do as well. Like I completely forgot, but
Oh yeah.
when he comes back, we'll do the book review. Because I have one to review as well. I have John Tiffany.
Oh, you read it.
I read part 1, so there's 2 parts in the book. Right here. Part 2. That's where I'm at. So I read part 1.
Oh wow, look at that art.
It's really, really good. Like it's got James Bond vibes, but none of the actual James Bond he's clearly not James Bond, right? He's not a spy working for MI6. He doesn't really seduce
Hamm.
women either. Like it's all paid call girls and stuff like that. He's got an ex-wife and a son. Like, so it's clearly not a clone of James Bond. But you got all the James Bond vibes, the tropes, the car scenes, the traveling to different countries.
Oh wow.
So if you like James Bond, you're going to love this, but it's different in a lot of unique ways too. The art is absolutely fantastic. This looks
Yeah.
like it's European format. This does not look like it fits the format of an American comic. There's way too much white space at the top and the bottom.
Boobage.
So I think this is European. I'm pretty sure.
Do you think it was in its original A4 format and they like shrunk it in proportionally so that it had the high and low margins at the top?
Yep.
Yeah. That's what happens when your aspect ratio changes.
Well, you see it in reverse as well. Like when American comics go to Europe formats, they're blown up a little higher, but the proportions are still like a little bit off. So you have margins on the side that are larger than the printed American books.
Yeah. 90% of the fights end up on the ground. Take Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jiu-Jitsu, you also, what is it? Judo is the art of taking the other person's costume off basically, because
The Olympic sport.
you're grabbing on the side of the costume with the shirt, whatever,
The gi. Yeah.
the gi, and so you're pushing and pulling a little bit, and so you always have to adjust your gi. I did a little bit of judo in high school.
Oh, nice.
No, not high school, college.
Oh, you were making bagels?
The dough used in this shoe was for the bagels.
I'm gonna make bagel asteroids in this piece here. So tell me, Wrangler, what do you think so far? What do I have to adjust? Give me a little bit of impression / feedback. What do you think of it so far? Am I close? Are we?
Yeah, I like where it's going, but maybe it can't be done with the angle, but it looks a lot shorter than it really is. The length, the craft has a good deal of length, and it's probably the angle. It's just not being conveyed from that.
You're talking about the wingspan or the fuselage?
The fuselage.
Right. It's mostly I think because of the angle. Let me see if I can.
Yeah, because that is a long ship, you know.
Yeah,
And that looks like a. I mean, probably because it's just the angle. It almost looks like a small little one-seater ship, but I mean, that's a scale issue. Like if you saw like a little dude in the windshield, you'd realize how much bigger it really is.
Yeah, well, it's
But-
even in the sketch you gave me, it can look like a small ship.
Yeah, like you look at a passenger plane at an airport. That's how big the thing is.
Yeah, and you will, when we add small details, it's going to give it like a larger scope. But I can do something about the length. I can adjust a little bit and give it, especially let me take the top ship.
It does bum me out seeing you erase that because that shuttle looks so good.
Yeah, no, it's going to look even better. Don't worry about it. But like I'm taking your comment and we're going to give it a lot more depth. I mean, it's still going to be really close to head on, so it's not going to be. It's not like seeing a view top for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm taking that in, and I can see what you're talking about, and I'm going to make a little bit of adjustments here, and it's going to be all the better for it.
Now, when I commission you for the sketch in the book where they're outside the ziggurat, that's probably going to be more of a top-down angle, so you really see it in that one. But
yeah, but there's a way I can make it better here.
I got to figure out all the scenes I need sketches for. You're going to get all my money, geez.
Well, I'm going to be happy to help you right now. For sure.
Yeah, we were like, what happened to all your money? I was like, see these pictures? Aren't they awesome?
Nice.
No, this will be a first. I haven't had sketches in any of my books before, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I should do that.
Yeah, Otter's done a lot of sketches in his latest book. Well, I think from the first one had a little bit, and I think he went like double in the second book, if not more.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably going to put about 7 sketches in there.
Is it me, or is it like there's a tail that's kind of like goes up like this towards the end?
What do you mean?
So I'm looking at, because there's a door, right? So the tail end of the ship is like this, with a kind of a door that would go down here. Does that make sense?
Let me put you on full screen so I can get a better sense of what you're.
Yeah. Oops, I just closed the Discord for some reason. Hit Command G. Oh, okay.
Which sketch are you looking at so I can look at the same thing?
Well, I can't share it, can I? The back sketch.
Or you want me to just throw it right up on screen?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Boom. Are you talking about this one?
Yeah. So the
Or one
top
of
one,
those?
the top one,
The top one, that's the back of the ship.
exactly. I know. So the back of the ship, it's at an angle, is what I'm trying to say. So if you go back to my image here,
Well, that was clearly the wrong button. I have a habit of doing that. There we
there you go. So, all right, let me switch the lighting so you can see. So I'm going to bring it down. So it's going to be, do you see here? I've got like a shape here.
Yeah.
So is the back of the ship like this? So it's higher up here, like a sports car almost, you know, like.
Oh.
And you gotta-
Yes.
Right, that's what I figured. So
Because it's got a ramp that lowers to the ground.
so I'm not off here at the bottom, right? I'm not too far from the truth.
Yeah. But the wingspan does kind of run the length of the main body.
What
know
does
what I
that mean? I don't know what that means.
Hang on. Let me.
Just show the top section again where you have
Yeah.
the top.
Sorry. Yeah. When you look at that, you realize the wings run the length of the fuselage all the way back of the main body.
Right. Okay. So because I'm trying to address what you said because it did not look long enough. But if I extend it, then the wings. So I need to extend the wings a little bit,
Yeah.
like this. Okay. And maybe not push it as far. Maybe somewhere in between. So it'd be something close to this. So I'm drawing it without the little ship to get the shape at first.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add the little ship once because the thing is the turbines go all the way to the end.
They don't necessarily make the whole trip on the wing, but
Hold on.
that hasn't been set in stone yet.
Let me have a look at the drawing. That's this
Yeah,
because
the
the top view.
version
Yeah,
doesn't show the turbines.
yeah. The top view is not complete. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of
Right.
left
That
out.
that was just to get the overall silhouette
Yeah,
from top down.
yeah. Because I don't know if the front and the top are perfectly compatible. Like I don't know if that would come out perfectly in a 3D render. But I got you. I got you.
Yeah, they would probably run the majority of the wings, but not the you know what? Yeah, it would probably run at least 2/3 of the wing. What do you think? Where do you think it would fit best?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out visually as I'm drawing here. Because you definitely have parts that go in front of it, like you have these linear elements in front and in back, so that definitely cuts the length of it, front and back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and in the back we have those. What's the word where it can all be almost vent like. So I guess it would run the majority of the wing.
Yeah, like probably 90%, something like that. Okay. Okay, it's kind of shaping up. It's shaping up because the beginning is the most important because the details. You don't want to erase the details, right? Like it's okay to erase the main shape like 2-3 times in the beginning because that's easy to redraw. But you want to make sure that before you go to the next step that you're happy with the shape. So let's make sure that we're like perfectly on board.
Because overall, that ship kind of has that chevron shape to it for the most part.
Yeah, but we're looking at it on a almost at the front.
Almost a head on.
Yeah, because this would be, it would probably be a little sharper. Maybe something like this. Making fat strokes here so I can just find the exact line, and then I can erase the long lines after the fact. Something like that. So, are we getting closer?
Getting closer.
Getting closer? Okay. Okay, that's good. I just gotta make sure I got the right shape. The point is very important. If you see my point.
And also, with this being the first sketch being done, there's probably going to be some more refinement with future sketches.
Well, yeah. Also, yeah.
Like that, because it is like the front is a cone, so I don't know if like the line would and I'm sitting here trying to describe things without being able to point.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
Yeah, I'm pointing at the screen. See this?
Well, I mean, it's not a cone. If I look at if you look at the front and back, it's way flatter than it is wide. So it cannot be a cone. It can be cone-like, but it's flat because it's at least twice as wide as it is high.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was trying to point out. Like the chin, right? Let's call it the chin. I don't know. Yeah, like maybe that should curve up a little more to kind of meet the windshield.
Well, okay, because I was looking at because you had given me the Metroid reference, which is way
to give you an idea of the windshield shape as opposed to the half circle kind of the half cone shape in the original sketch.
Right.
But it was more of a wraparound windshield. Like it's not like above their heads. It's not windshield. It's just in front of them and to the sides when they're standing inside.
You're saying that your windshield goes closer to the beak?
Yeah, but it is on the top half, but not the entire top half. Do you know what I mean?
No. So is it on the entire? What does that mean? The entire top half?
All right. The older front sketch. It like if it's a cone shape, it makes it look like the entire top half of the cone is all windshield, including over their heads if they were standing.
Yes, but you told me to ignore that and to go Metroid.
Right, and to do a wraparound, and I used a picture of Samus's ship as an example.
Yeah, it's got like this little hat thing.
Yeah, like
here.
Like that.
Like
that
a forehead.
Area
Let's call it the forehead.
Yeah, the forehead there is not windshield. You're doing wraparound, but I was trying to evoke more of that,
right?
More of a cone shape, but
the thing is, I can't. Okay, well, we got to make sure that the words were to get an image from the words we're using, which is the hard part here. But if we go slow, we'll get to it. Now, I'm trying to understand what's off about this at the moment, because you could say to make it more cone-like, but I can't draw a cone on a flat because it's flat.
Yeah.
Like the front view is flat. So if I draw a cone, you still have like the sides.
Like I was wondering, like, all right, see where the engine is, where the underside meets the engine, or the underside of the. I was wondering if that kind of, if you can, I'm trying to think of how to describe, if that pulled closer closer to the windshield a little.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean. So to have this, the nose section closer
Yeah,
like this.
I'm sorry. That's what I've been trying to say the whole time, and I couldn't figure out how to do it.
It's okay, dude.
And I'm supposed to be a writer. Oh,
it's
man.
it's not easy. It's not easy. I got you. Okay, let me
Yes.
make us some adjustments and try to fix it up a little bit. Because that's why we do a sketch, dude. And that's what that's what's fun about being able to take like an hour with you and to go through it
I really wasn't trying to be frustrating in any way. I just
You're not, dude. We're not. You're nowhere near frustrating at all, man. I want to make sure that it's super important for me that you're happy with it and that it looks exactly like you want it. So we're going to take as much time as we need to get the right shape before we get into the details, so that we're locked in. And because you're, as you say, you're spending good money on this. I want you to be thrilled about it. You know, I want you to be really proud and happy of the drawing you're going to get.
And Apex says if this were a Renee drawing, you would see tentacles squirming from the guy.
Yeah, hey, we're not done yet, Apex.
He says strip designs are not easy.
Oh no. Well, mechanical designs in general. I mean, you're not just drawing an object; you're drawing something that has actual function to it.
Function to it, yeah.
I wish his client had Gene Roddenberry money. I would keep him very busy. He would have no shortage of commissions if his client had Gene Roddenberry money.
I wish you had George Lucas money, to be honest.
Oh God, yeah. I just wish
Raven's joined us. What's up, man? He says, "All hail the fellowship."
Hey, Raven.
I remember seeing that on graph paper.
Yeah,
that's right. You had seen it from the day one. Nice to see you in the chat, Raven. We don't get to see you that often. It's really cool. Okay. So there's a little bit, like, it goes out further than the wing in the back, but not too much. And I think we're closing in on the shape here a little bit. Let me just verify that. You seem to think so. That's just a good sign. That's a good sign. Do you have any ships in your story, Chris?
Like science fiction-y ships?
Yeah, because it's a fantasy tale, but we're seeing planets, shots of planets and stuff, but you don't go like Immortal Rising. Like you don't go.
No.
You don't bring technology into your.
Yeah, there's really no technology. It's all kind of magic based. In fact, yeah, it's kind of apes like, or at least tries to emulate probably like the Dark Ages. It's
right.
It's not quite antiquity, but yeah.
Well, my characters like to go multiverse hopping. So what if one of them decided to be a douchebag and hop into your Infinitail world and give one of them a lighter and just back away and watch?
Yeah, it's like the gods must be crazy. Instead of a Coke bottle, it's a Zippo.
Raven asks, is that Fallout 1 or 2 music in the background?
That's Fallout 1.
Nice.
Yeah. Good catch, Raven.
Whoa.
I was looking for that special needs kids with the lighter clip, but I took it out. Damn.
I had such a blast tonight with the hairspray and the lighter.
I found that as a short on YouTube and I shared it with everybody. Everything's good. Even my lighter and my hairspray, I was having so much fun with them. Best night ever.
Hold on, can I find it? I hope James is going to come back. I know he had a review, but a little doggy.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm absent-minded and I don't see the clock go by. Because we usually do his reviews at 9.
Yeah.
And James, I think he's not going to step in sometimes, so we have to kind of remember to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll DM him. So let me see if I can DM.
Yeah. Raven said, I knew I recognized that from the temple, right?
Yeah, from Fallout 1.
Oh, the music. Yeah.
I like how they merged like desert Arabic stuff with a Japanese shakuhachi.
And you end up with Persian.
Yeah, there's
Or
like
Sumerian or
there's
something like
sitar
that.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a lot about the making of the game, but I don't think I heard anything about the music.
Man, yeah, one of my coworkers worked on the Brotherhood of Steel. I think it was a PS2 game. Man,
Hold on, let me ask James a question. He's in the voice channel. He's on another.
oh,
We'll ask him. If not, we'll bring it back. No, I think
it was all that Scientology chalk that chased him away.
You think? I mean, it
I don't know.
chases some people away, so I don't know. I never know.
Yeah.
I got strange topics of conversation sometimes, so I can understand that.
Man, I'm open to have people talk about the goblins.
Right. Okay. But if we don't do it tonight, we'll do it next week, and that'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Man, speaking of new stuff. He's got new books. I picked up. Have you ever heard of a game series called Brigandine?
No.
Ooh.
Wow, this one was a surprise. It's it started on the PlayStation 1, and then they released I think it was like a decade and a half later they released the sequel, and now the third one is coming out like this weekend or whatever. And it's a strategy RPG series, but it's a grandiose, like grand strategy, like the I don't know if you've ever heard of Ogre Battle or or Tactics Ogre.
No, I have not.
Yeah, these are these games where I don't know how they have a market, because they're incredibly intimidating to like a intimidating barrier to entry. But once you get past that barrier, it's like, holy shit, this game is amazing. It's like playing Risk, but with like Shining Force.
Yeah, dude, it's like Warhammer, man. The people who play that, like, they're like programmers, they got high paying jobs, and they want to have a hobby they could get into on the weekends. So those people got money, man. You do.
We're going to talk about goblins. We need to talk about Goblin City. Well, New York's doing pretty good at this time, I suppose, with the communist mayor and everything.
Doing good.
Oh, we're not talking.
He went on Twitch this week. Did you catch that?
Who did? Fellow gamers or whatever.
Mondami. Are we talking about New York or not?
Yeah.
Mommy Dami?
Yeah.
So the mayor of New York discovered Twitch this week, but he had not discovered moderators.
So people were shit talking him.
No, they were like putting ASCII art of penises in the chat and gay stuff.
Deserves it.
So he was like completely inundated, and he was like, "Oh, please be polite. Ask what like they're trying to like reason with the chat, which is like these people." They're new to the internet, clearly.
Yeah.
No, it's like
consequences will never be the same.
Has he never heard of the internet before?
Well, I mean,
That's
when
like
you're a protected
and saying, "Please be gentle."
Yeah. Do you remember that Jessie Slaughter girl who like got all upset because people were making fun of her. So like her dad gets on, like she's all crying on camera. "Ah, you people are so mean," and her dad gets on the camera. "I have talked to the cyber police, and they will track you down. Consequences will never be the same."
What? The
There's, like,
cyber
crash
police?
Yeah, it's like, dude, you are so out of your breath here or depth here.
Maybe we should make that a comic book, the cyber police. They go into the internet like frickin' Lawnmower Man, and they're running around in their avatars arresting
Well, it's called
people.
the UK. It's called the UK police. I mean, those are the people that are. They have more people in prison for social media posts than like Russia.
'Cause at that point, it's like
You're under
the
arrest for
Streisand
tweeting
effect.
rudely.
You're only going to attract more and more people to bring unwanted attention to you and your daughter by doing that type of stuff.
Yeah. Just take the L. Turn off the internet. Touch grass. You know, it's destructive as the internet is. It's not a real place.
But I
You
can
know, nobody
respect him. Dude,
cares.
like that is his fatherly instinct to do it. It's not. It's the opposite. It's like the internet is like the Chinese finger trap, right? If
Yeah,
you pull your fingers
exactly.
apart, it's gonna be stuck in tighter into the trap. You got to do the opposite, counterintuitive, and press inwards, which releases the trap, kind of a thing.
Yep.
What
do
I
the
don't
opposite.
understand is why do so many chicks have to go on the internet and record themselves crying about their mess ups?
Well, because women don't experience genuine emotions, and crying is a performative way to elicit reactions out of men.
It's just one hair's breadth shy of leave Britney Spears alone.
Oh, that's dude, all that stuff. Like, there's a reason why guys don't cry, and it has nothing to do with being macho. It's guys learn early on in life that once they stop, once their balls drop, nobody gives a shit. Like, so there's no reason to cry. You look in the mirror and you look at how ridiculous you are, and you're like, okay, maybe I should.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird when they go on there and they're crying and talking about how everything went wrong. It's like, what are you accomplishing?
Yeah,
Think
exactly.
about it for just 2 seconds. Other than embarrassing yourself, what are you accomplishing?
Well, again, for women, it's to evoke a male response. They can employ violence proxies. Feel bad for me. That man over there made me cry. Now go beat him up. That's how it works. That's pretty simple psychology when you distill it to that.
Don't they realize they're adults now?
Dude, do we need the Jack Nicholson quote from As Good as It Gets?
Okay, good point made. Point made.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredibly misogynistic, but at the same time, I see no flaws in this logic. That was what my psychology professor said when I passed in my thesis on why little girls like big horses, the queen bee syndrome.
The Queen Bee syndrome. What is that?
Yeah, I
thought they liked minotaurs and bears.
Well, that's 2026. Yeah.
When I was in university, I wanted to go in for computer 3D modeling and animation, but unfortunately, I could only afford in-state tuition universities because mommy and daddy weren't paying my way, and apparently, I don't have enough minority in me to get special scholarships, and apparently, I missed out on the whole Jew Gold thing. So I had to go to a shitty school. And I went in for computer art and animation and ended up being able to teach the courses because they were like decades behind. It was sad.
Yeah.
So I had to switch my degrees. So I switched it to developmental psychology. And, basically, it's the dumbest degree possible because the only real use for it is like education or like, childcare or whatever. And it's like, that's totally not a dude thing. But I went into that and I learned all about like the way that the male and female brains they develop very differently. Like there's a lot of people talk about like, oh, men and women are only different from superficial things or whatever, and no, there's a whole neurochemistry difference. There's a whole physiology, inside the mind. The psyches are very different. And
yeah, it's not like that leftism. We're all the same. It's just you're shorter with longer hair and breasts. No, it's we're two different genders, like completely.
Yeah.
The brains work differently. Our roles are different. Yeah, there's
Yeah, well-
similarities. Yeah, there's overlap, but it's not just the same with superficial differences.
Yeah. For example,
I-
we're logical and we like peace. They're emotional and they want everything in utter chaos and drama.
Well, with all that said, the main differences that we learned was about the queen bee phenomenon and how the average 5-year-old girl who's socialized has a better grasp of subterfuge than Machiavelli did at his peak. They have a better understanding of social hierarchy, social manipulation, and basically a lot of things that aren't mentioned in polite conversation. But it talks about. You notice how girls always like horses? Like, it's not such a strange dichotomy when you look at it. You take a step back.
Yeah.
But
that
these
is a thing.
like horses fart. They're gross. They smell. They're kind of stupid. They're dangerous. All this stuff. But it's like, well, why would little girls be attracted to something that's so stupid, like that's so violent and dangerous?
Because
And the
if they
reason for
didn't, we
that-
would never get dates.
Well, no, it's about control by proxy, and girls are taught this at a very young age that they are physically inferior. They cannot assert force the way men can. Like if you stick a man and a woman in the same situation, and you tell them to approach the situation identically, and impose your will, force your will,
Somebody's getting flattened.
yeah, a man has the edge in force doctrine. Every executable, every enforceable law, everything is through force. Threat of violence.
It's like men and women put on a desert island. The men organized, and the men are partying, and the women are having a nightmare of a situation.
Yeah. Well, it's. I think it was Chris Rock that said it in one of his skits as kind of a joke, but he's correct, which is when a man sees something that he wants, he thinks to himself, what do I have to do to get it? And when a woman sees something that she wants, she thinks to herself, who do I have to get that?
Now, who do I have to do to get it?
Yeah. And that proxy, that violence proxy or that manipulation or that control is distilled in a young girl's attraction to the horse. And the horse is a physical manifestation of raw power. I mean, that thing's muscles are rippling. It's a huge beast of burden, literally. It's this giant monster, essentially.
She can order it around.
And she can control it. Yep. And that plays into the female psyche.
And
I
now
wrote a
I'm just
paper about
picturing 3030 from Brave Star standing there flexing, going, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I
Look at
wrote a
these
paper.
guns.
Well, I wrote a paper about it, and my professor walks over to me and personally puts the paper on my desk, and he goes, "This is the most cynical, misogynistic, just disgusting paper that I've ever read in my life, and I cannot refute anything in it."
That's right.
Yeah, it was from years of study. It was not just academia, but I was in 4-H. I watched the queen bees. I watched how the girls and how the boys react. Girls, when guys got into a scenario where they were establishing hierarchy, and I know it sounds very Jane Goodall-esque or whatever, but when young kids or young guys were establishing hierarchy, it was a very quick and a very swift and efficient process. It was, that dude's bigger than you, what he says goes. Oh, you're going to challenge him? Boom. Okay, you lost. Get back in line. That's not how it is with girls. Girls have to, they have frenemies. That's not something that straight men have or masculine men have. There's no concept of a frenemy. But girls will figure out who in the circle. They have multiple spinning plates, multiple social strata. There's more than meets the eye. Whenever they speak, everything is in implication. So whatever they say needs to run through a subtle translation. You actually have to read between the lines when most speak. They're not very direct.
That sounds obnoxious and frustrating and exhausting.
It is. That's why a lot of guys now are alone. They choose quiet. But that's what they've been taught through their socializing, because it's about a hierarchy that cannot be enforced through force. It has to be enforced through social manipulation.
All right, fellas, it's about time to wrap it up.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to close it out, and I'm going to head over to CG After Dark.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We're going to be doing the comic book review next week, I guess. I didn't see the clock go, and I think James had to go take care of his little doggo.
Oh, no, I hope his dog's okay.
Yeah, the dogs always need attention at some point in the stream, so he usually clocks out before the end of the stream. It's just that we missed... we usually do the reviews at the hour mark, and I was lost in the concept drawing, so I did not see it go.
Well, hey, as long as we didn't hear Kaya, bed.
Dude, he's getting subpoenaed with now Hassan is with the government.
Yeah, because he's a
because he went to
spy.
Cuba.
Yeah,
for the whole Cuba thing. All right,
He
gentlemen.
wanted a vacation in Havana.
Havana vacation.
Ya, hasta luego, muchacho.
All right, let's hit the chill time little song here.
Shit! Oh, there they are. Look at these gorgeous sons of bitches.
There we go. Oh, I just noticed that you were streaming to your channel as well, Wrangler. That's probably why we had Raven in the chat.
I also stream to so I'm trying to get as many eyes on your show as possible.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. All right. Well, this brings us to the end of the show. This won't be too long because it's just the three of us tonight. But let's start with you, Chris. Tell us a little bit what you're working on and where can people find you?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Infinitale Chronicles, a fantasy epic comic book series. We got books 1 and 2 on Amazon. It's 1 part ElfQuest, 1 part Dark Crystal with a little bit of Dragonlance thrown in the middle. And we're working on book 3 now. In fact, my bank account's a little lighter because I just paid my artist for the next batch of pages. So we're well into chapter 2 now. I think we're finishing up chapter 2, and hopefully we'll be going into chapter 3. And there's usually about 4 or 5 chapters per book. So we're getting there. And we're hoping to launch the crowdfunding campaign the end of next year, summer, so probably quarter 3, 2027. And I'm also playing around with my vibe.
We don't need to know what you're playing around with.
I use Wavelength.
Oh, okay. I think you're talking about something else. That's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do a little vibe coding. I was able to automate my my trading card, or actually, they're not trading cards. They're
Coins,
game
right?
card pieces for the Infinitale Fantasy Role Playing Game system.
Oh, the cards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those looked really good, dude. Have you?
Thanks, man.
Have you shown those publicly on Twitter? You have, right?
Oh yeah. This is so the fantasy role-playing game started because I was too poor and too dumb for Dungeons and Dragons back in 1990. So I created my own system, and I went through over 30 years of beta testing, refining it, trying to figure out, distill it down to what the good stuff was. How could it separate itself from Dungeons and Dragons and the other competition at the time? And
you just have manly men and take out all the woke, and it no longer looks like Dungeons and Dragons.
Unfortunately, since the comic book series is based off of the role-playing game system, they're actually chronicled adventures. They were chronicled game sessions, and unfortunately, we're starting with the Fey world of Asperia, where it's basically the elves and stuff. So we don't get the manly men stuff. We don't get that like pseudo Dark Age Viking, metal aesthetic until much later. We get the skinny dudes and the hot babes. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a toss up.
I think your elves are manlier than Wizards of the Coast's orcs at the moment. So you'll be fine. Wizards of the Coast's orcs are Mexicans, apparently. Like, it's incredibly insulting what they've done to these characters. Apparently, like,
and now it's like Dungeons and handicap ramps.
It's reverse racism. They're trying so hard not to be racist that they're incredibly racist.
They horseshoed it, yeah. And well, I'm hoping to show more of the game as the graphic novels get released. In fact, I'm hoping to actually have a tier in the next crowdfunding campaign where backers can actually create their own legendary pieces of equipment, and those will be included in the game. And obviously, they'll get the card for themselves. And the idea with legendary items is it's that whole rarity system, common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary.
Scarcity,
yeah, it's very scarce. There's only one in existence. So if you can get your hands on a legendary card, like, that's pretty badass. And if we've got backers that are creating their own equipment, it's their own piece of the story, their own contribution and dent into this world. Because that's ultimately what I want out of my fantasy role-playing game system, is the idea that we're giving the game back to the players instead of just having them being railroaded by prefabricated modules and this is how this should go because this is how this is. The graphic novels are a historical primer, and when the game comes out, it's your world to play in. So yeah. And thanks for having me, man.
Dude, it's always a pleasure. You're always welcome, Chris. You have a lot of insight on comics, on video games, and life in general. So it's always a blast having you here, man.
Sweet, thanks, man.
Shall we play your trailer?
Sure.
Number 2, right?
Yeah, without the Fallout music.
Yes, good point. Good point. My brain is in 2 places at once tonight, so you are right to point that out. Thank you, sir. Let me just pause it here and locate the Infinity Tale trailer number 2. Here we go, gentlemen.
Knowledge.
Knowledge is like a seed. When sown in fertile minds, it opens doors to new possibilities. Truth, once buried by the ages, is again revealed. The unimaginable becomes demystified. New wonders are discovered that transcend the limitations of previous understanding. However, some doors should never be opened. Our tale continues with the divergent paths of our heroes. As a naive king toils with ancient powers beyond his control, a grieving queen makes a fateful decision that forever changes their world. Infinito Chronicles, the War of the Trees.
I know I've said it before, but your voice actor there, or your voice guy, he does a bang up job.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's Chris Tester.
There we go. Another Chris.
Yeah.
All right, Wrangler. Your turn. Tell us what you're working on and where can people find you.
You can find me on Amazon. We got Haley Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty Haley's World. I'm gonna try and steal Chris's format for the description. It's one part Goonies, one part mythology with a little bit of alien sprinkled in the middle. And
alien sprinkles.
Yeah. Well, I think that's how you just were describing yours. One part Elf Quest, one part something. I don't know. I was trying to follow the pattern there. But I am currently working on book 3. It is getting ripped apart as we speak by my developmental editor. Lots of notes. So lots of ways I could really polish that up. I'm going to be making another pass through there soon to address all those issues, get it good and tightened up. And I'm hoping to have that out by the end of the year. That's going to be Mystified Investigations, where you see Haley and Elizabeth in my panel there. Well, it's going to be focusing mostly on Elizabeth. And it's going to be a big old adventure, so be watching for that. You could also check out my YouTube channel. Do a channel search for @Wrangler212. And you can check out my Substack at Frequency Studios and my Twitter, again, at Frequency Studios. Just drop the first E. And yeah, you go ahead and check out the books. Good for all ages, so you could share them with your kids and not worry about it. I didn't put any of the it's one of my pet peeves. You go look in the young adult section and the material in there is not fit for that age range. That won't be a problem here. So go ahead, check it out. Get ready to take on the aliens with that arm-mounted potato gun, one of the best weapons ever in sci-fi. No, I'm not biased at all.
That's right. And when you say that your editor is like shredding your manuscript, I imagine him in a room, like literally tearing it up like if it was a phone book and throwing all the pieces around in the room.
Well, it's Gino, so you're probably not too far off.
I've also read a lot of Hulk comic books, so that might be where that's coming from. Shall I play the trailer as well?
Yes, please.
Let's do that. Yours is bright yellow. It's really easy to find. There you have it.
James Esparza himself put that trailer together.
Yeah, James. Cool. So James is out, but he'll be back next week, most likely. We'll stay tuned, and we'll dive into the comic reviews then. I know he had Dick Tracy ready to go. Unfortunately, we just... Well, I completely had my brain elsewhere. But we'll catch up on that next week, and I have a John Tiffany book to review as well. We'll do that too. And on the negative space. Until then, Wrangler, I will. We should probably do another session of live drawing. I think I'm close to getting the, let's call it the windshield, but the cockpit area. But I think I want to make sure like they could tweak a couple of things to make sure that I'm as close as possible to getting it right.
Yeah, the things you did have already made a huge difference.
Great. So we'll just tweak the little details left and try to get it as close as possible to your description and the plan and the imagination and all that. And once we got the design going, then it's going to be easy to lay in the details and the finicky stuff and just the small details will make the ship look way bigger because right now it looks almost like a one-man plane or a two-man plane.
Yeah.
But this little ship on the back already gives it a bit of scale. And when we add tiny little details, especially the windows and things like that, it's going to give it the scale that it needs.
All right.
And hopefully we won't get any government
windows down the
agencies come
fuselage
knocking at the
probably won't
door
make a
saying,
difference.
hopefully we won't get any, government agencies knocking at the door saying, where did you get those plans?
A stoner friend of mine drew it up. And the original ones, I think that was back when I used to partake in the devil's lettuce there, and I think we were nowhere near sober when we came up with it. So
yeah, that's been the source of many an invention. So that brings us to the end of the show, folks. I am working on Rattelcomic, rattelcomic.com. The book is at the printers at the moment. So if you backed it, it's in production. It's going to be out and ready to go shortly. It's a matter of weeks now. So stay tuned for that. I will be heading over to Katie Did's channel and for CG After Dark. So if you want to follow me there, please do. You're welcome to do so. And of course, I will see you next week. And we're all going to be on Wrangler's channel on Monday as well for the weekly Wing It. And tomorrow we're going to be on Immortal Rising's channel for the Indie Comic Shop, right? It's still on tomorrow, right, Chris?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'll see you then, gentlemen. I'll be hopping off right after the end of the show. But if you guys want to stay in the back room and chat, you're welcome to do so. Until then, have a good week.
God bless everybody.
Have a good one.
God bless. Au revoir.